They're trapped in the same day, falling for each other over and over. But she's hiding something devastating, and when he finds out the truth, he'll have to choose: stay frozen in time with her, or break both their hearts to set her free. Welcome back to Scene Summary. Today I'm going to show you a heartbreaking romantic time loop film that'll make you see every moment differently. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. Meet Mark. He's 17, stuck in a time loop, and honestly, he's gotten pretty good at it. Every morning, same thing. His mom leaves for work at exactly 7:15. His dad Daniel sits at the kitchen table with the crossword. His little sister Emma practices violin upstairs. Mark knows every word they'll say, every move they'll make. He's got the whole day memorized like a script he's performed 1,000 times. But here's the thing about Mark. He's not trying to escape anymore. He's adapted. He's thriving, actually. He rides his bike through town, preventing accidents, buying winning lottery tickets, pulling pranks with that excavator. He's become king of his own repeating kingdom. There's this girl, Phoebe. Mark's been trying to talk to her for months now. Every day he shows up at the same corner, gives her directions she doesn't need, follows her to the pool. Sometimes he saves her from a falling ball. Sometimes he catches her before she slips. He's run this routine so many times he's almost got it perfect. Almost. But today, something impossible happens. Margaret catches the ball first. Mark freezes. This isn't part of the script. This has never happened before. He watches her walk away. This girl who just broke every rule of his perfectly controlled world, and his mind is racing. How did she do that? Why did she do that? He has to find her. Over the next several loops, Mark becomes obsessed. He searches everywhere. The pool, the streets, every corner of town. Nothing. It's like she vanished. Until one afternoon, he's sitting in a restaurant and spots something unusual on a table. A manga book, a $100 bill, just sitting there, abandoned. His heart jumps. It's her. It has to be. He runs outside just in time to see Margaret leaning against the wall, calm as anything, like she's been expecting him. "You're in the loop," he says. Not a question, a statement. She looks at him with these tired, knowing eyes. "Yeah, I am." And just like that, everything changes. But let's jump back to understand who Margaret really is. She's not like Mark, where he fills time with tricks and routines, she observes. She notices things, small things. The way sunlight hits water at exactly 4:37 p.m., the precise second when a skateboarder lands a perfect trick, a bird diving for a fish with impossible grace. She calls them tiny perfect things, and she's been collecting them. Mark doesn't understand this at first. When they start hanging out, swapping stories about the loop, he's all about the big stuff, hopping freight trains, stealing cars. Margaret's collecting moments that last 3 seconds. Why? He asks her. Because they matter, she says simply. They're beautiful. This is when Mark starts to see things differently. With Margaret, the loop becomes less about control and more about attention. They start mapping the town together, finding every tiny perfect moment they can. An elderly woman winning at cards and dancing. A janitor playing piano during his break. The exact angle where a passing van gives someone angel wings in silhouette. Mark draws it all on a map every morning, trying to find a pattern, trying to understand why they're stuck. But mostly, he's just falling for her. The thing is, Margaret keeps leaving. Every single day, her phone rings. A call from someone named Jared. And every single day, no matter how much fun they're having, no matter how close they're getting, she takes that call and disappears. It drives Mark crazy. Who's Jared? What's so important that it pulls her away every time? One day, he asks her directly, "What's the deal with Jared?" "He's a med student," she says. This guy, this med student, has some hold on her that Mark can't compete with, so he does what any desperate teenage boy would do. He asks his friend Henry for advice. Henry's wisdom? Create a stealth date. Make it romantic without her realizing it's romantic. Show her you understand her, really understand her. So Mark plans something big. He bribes the art department kids. He transforms the school gymnasium into Tranquility Base, the lunar landing site, for Margaret, who dreams of being an astronaut. They spend the afternoon pretending to walk on the moon, eating astronaut food, riding a bicycle through zero-gravity hallways. It's perfect. She's laughing. They're close. The moment is right. Mark leans in to kiss her. Margaret pulls back. "I can't," she says. Her voice cracks. "We can't do this, Mark. We're stuck together. If we mess this up, we lose everything. Can't the tiny perfect things just be enough?" Mark's heart breaks, but he nods. "Yeah, okay, just friends." She leaves to take her call. The next loop, Mark's in a terrible mood. He snaps at his dad during breakfast. He vents to Henry, who has no idea what's happening, and just makes it worse. When Mark finally comes home, his dad corners him for the talk about his future. Mark explodes. "I don't have a future, Dad. Time is broken. and it's not fair that you get to quit your job to write your stupid book, but I can't go to art school. He storms upstairs. Emma's practicing violin too loud. He bursts into her room. Can you please just stop? Emma puts down her violin and looks at him, really looks at him. You know Dad didn't quit, right? He got fired. He's ashamed, and Mom's mad but won't say anything because it's too mean. They're struggling, Mark. That's why art school isn't happening right now, not because they don't believe in you. Mark feels about 2 inches tall. And by the way, Emma adds, you'd know all this if you ever thought about someone besides yourself. That hits hard. The next morning, Mark wakes up different, softer. He asks his dad about his book. He goes to Emma's soccer game, and this time they actually win because he's there cheering. He returns the lottery ticket to a random woman who needs it more. He saves a cat with the excavator. He goes to algebra class and actually impresses Mr. Pepper with everything Margaret taught him. He even tries skateboarding with the skate rats. Falls. Breaks his wrist. While he's at the hospital getting his wrist cast, he sees her, Margaret, walking through the halls with purpose. He follows her, and that's when he finds out the truth. Margaret's mother, Greta, is dying. Cancer, terminal. She's in a hospital bed, tubes and monitors everywhere, and Margaret's sitting beside her, holding her hand. This is why Margaret takes those calls. This is why she doesn't want to leave the loop, because as long as time stays frozen, her mother doesn't die. Mark's entire world shifts. This was never about him. It was never a love story where he's the hero. This is Margaret's story, and she's not trapped in the loop. She chose it. The night before the loop began, doctors told Margaret that Greta didn't have much time left. Margaret made a wish. She wished for time to stop, and somehow, something listened. The next morning, Mark wakes up crying. He runs outside and hugs his mom before she can leave for work. He holds her tight, because he gets it now. He finally gets it. He goes to Henry's house and tells him everything while they play video games. I thought this was my story, Mark says. I thought I was the hero trying to get the girl, but it's her story, and she's not stuck. She's hiding from losing her mom. Meanwhile, Margaret's sitting with Greta, talking about Mark. I messed things up with this boy, Margaret admits. Greta smiles weakly. It's never too late to make things right, sweetie. Later that day, Margaret rescues a missing dog wandering the neighborhood, but she doesn't return him to his owner, because tomorrow he'll be lost again. Everything they fix just breaks again. That's when it hits her. Mark was right. They're not living, they're sleeping. She goes to Henry's house next, teaches him how to beat the impossible video game level he's been stuck on. The character dies over and over, but eventually finds the key to move forward. Margaret realizes something. Death is terrible, but if you don't face it, you lose yourself too. She looks at the TV screen. A map appears in the game, and that's when she remembers. Mark said, the tiny perfect things might form a pattern. She rushes home, gets a map of the town, marks every single perfect moment they found. Then she adds the element Mark was missing, time. Using string, she creates a 3-dimensional model of times and places. The shadow it casts forms a 4-dimensional cube, a tesseract, but it's missing one vertex, one final point. She does the math. 7 p.m., the pool. The next loop, Margaret visits Greta one more time. She tells her she's scared of losing her. Greta holds her hand. I'll be okay, honey. And so will you. You just have to let yourself live. Enjoy those tiny, perfect moments. Don't run from them. At 6:55 p.m., Margaret goes to the pool. Mark's already there, waiting. I figured out the pattern, she tells him, explaining the tesseract, the missing vertex, the final moment. Mark looks at her. I know about your mom. I know why you don't want to leave. We've been sleeping while everyone else lives. It's time to wake up. This is the last tiny, perfect moment, and she kisses him. At 7 p.m. exactly, they break apart, breathing hard. Margaret leaves to go to the hospital. Mark follows her there. They sit in the waiting room, holding hands, watching the clock. 11:59 p.m. Midnight hits. Nothing happens. Then it starts raining. They look at each other, eyes wide. It's raining. The weather changed. The loop is broken. The next morning, for the first time in forever, it's a new day. Mark and Margaret walk through town together. They find the missing dog and return him to his owner. Together, the world keeps turning. Time moves forward. And yes, there will be pain. Yes, there will be loss. But there will also be tiny, perfect things worth noticing. And this time, they won't be alone. Would you freeze time to save someone you love? Or let it move forward knowing you'll lose them? Subscribe to Scene Summary for more emotional stories that'll make you see the world differently. Hit that notification bell and drop a like if this one hit you right in the heart.